I will not be seeing the brand new Donald Trump movie, aka The Apprentice. This is a brand new sort of biopic about the up and rise of Donald Trump, a man that you may or may not have heard of. It's a film directed by Ali Abbasi, and it stars Sebastian Stan and Jeremy Strong. Jeremy Strong, who plays a lawyer who had a very influential sort of role to play in the up and the rise of Donald Trump. Now, I have not seen the movie, I have not done a review, and I kind of want to explain why. And it's quite simple. I hate politics, and I don't like talking about politics on my channel, and I feel like this is a movie that would be impossible to review or talk about without getting involved in politics 2 weeks before an election, which means I will review this movie directly after the election. Yes, I will be putting out a review for this film probably about 3 weeks from now. But I kind of wanted to talk about the state of Hollywood and why I think it was very interesting for them to release a film like this. Now, The Apprentice is a movie that I have not seen, but if I had to guess, it's a movie that is probably not very nice to the character of Donald Trump. Now, for better or for worse, whether you like that or hate it, obviously, that means this movie is going to be very divisive. It is not a movie that is made to appease every side. It's a movie that is made to certainly tell a story from a perspective that they don't like Donald Trump, right? Because of that, obviously, no matter what, no matter how I feel about anything, it would be very difficult to put out an objective review of this movie directly before an election, which is something I've noticed in a lot of other reviews for the movie. For example, here's what the reviews I've seen on the internet sort of look like. They're one of either two things. It's either, I really love The Apprentice. The Apprentice was a brilliant movie with incredible performances and a really real and human story that tells the truth about this man and it explains why he is the way that he is. I love this movie. It is brilliant. Or, I absolutely hated The Apprentice because it was very, very mean to a guy that I really, really like. The performances were really solid, but the movie was based in truthless accusations and yeah, you get the picture. Now, I've done reviews for very political movies where I've tried to be right down the middle, especially sometimes in movies that I don't personally I don't really agree with. I don't agree with a lot of the messaging in them, but I've been right down the middle because I love film. I love film in general, and to me, film does not have a political side. You're either telling a good story or telling a bad story, right? I really don't care what the political messaging is because film is for everybody. Storytelling's for everybody. But yet again, you can't ignore the fact that we're 2 weeks out of a presidential election that everybody has an opinion on. So seeing a movie with one of the central figures, it would be very difficult for me to do a review on the film and not sort of alienate half my audience, which I don't want to do. I want all of you to enjoy watching my channel and enjoy watching movies and hearing me talk about movies regardless of which way you vote. I don't care which way you vote. If you vote for him, if you don't vote for him, if you're voting for Kamala, Mamala, Tim Walz, to the window, to the walls, I don't give a shit. Whoever you're voting for, I want you to be here, subscribe to my channel. And obviously, if I make a review for this movie, it's going to be very, very difficult to give an unbiased, objectively, sound review of the film. Couple weeks, though, maybe. And it makes me wonder if making this movie and releasing this movie right before an election was kind of a smart decision. Now, from a business perspective, I totally get it. If I was a film production company and somebody presented me with a film about Donald Trump or really any political figure 2 weeks before an election, I would say, yeah, let's get this thing out there right before the election because it will make so much more money. Now, in the case of this film, kind of bombed at the box office, but I get the philosophy on releasing it right before the thing. But at the same exact time, it also makes the film so much more divisive. If this film came out a year ago, or if this film came out in December, I feel like it might have been better received by a broader audience, because there's a lot about this movie that I think seems really good. First things first, the way this movie's shot, just based on the trailers, it looks beautiful. In a way that is kind of ugly. It's like beautifully ugly. It's meant to look ugly, but because of that, the cinematography is gorgeous. The performances here from Sebastian Stan and Jeremy Strong have been absolutely praised, and from what I can tell, they are amazing. And I love Jeremy Strong, and I really want to see what he's done here. Of course, me loving Succession and the clips that I've seen of this, it seems like he's bringing something very different, but still powerful. But then yet again, I just know for a fact my opinion on this film is going to be influenced by my opinion on what's going on in the world right now. Therefore, it would not be right for me to tell you if it is worth your money to go see this movie. So I'm going to keep it very, very simple. Without seeing this movie, here it is. If you love Donald Trump, if you plan to vote for him, probably don't waste your money seeing this movie. If you do not like Donald Trump and you plan to not vote for him, you might want to spend your money on this movie. It seems like people really like it, so go check it out. You see what I mean? It doesn't matter the quality of the movie. When one way or the other, people are either going to love it or hate it. It's kind of stupid, which is why political movies, at least making movies about modern political subjects, I think is kind of dumb. It's much better to be like, all right, let's make a movie about Dick Cheney 15 years after Dick Cheney. Let's make a movie about Nixon 30, 40, 50 years after Richard Nixon, because people aren't as passionate about the topic anymore. When we're 2 weeks out from an election, people are pretty fucking passionate. So yeah, that's why I will not be reviewing The Apprentice. If you've been wondering why it's a film that's been out for 2 weeks and you don't see a review, that's why. And yeah, I'm missing out on a big opportunity to get a very high review bump because I think making a review for a movie like this, obviously in this climate, the video might do well. Which is why I made this video, to capitalize on the views. Yes, that's why you're watching this video right now. I'm sorry that I wasted 5 minutes of your time. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more notifications. I'll see you in the next one.